Hey, Zack here from Frontenac Outfitters Canoe and Kayak Center. Today we're going to have a closer look at the Aurora series of tents by Nemo Equipment. This tent has a ton of features built into it at a very competitive price. Has really nice vertical walls in it, a really high peak height on it so you can sit up in it, full fly, so you're going to get full coverage on that, 2 large vestibules, all at a really competitive price. So it's not a super heavy tent. This is perfect for like portage, camping, car camping, that type of thing. Maybe wouldn't be my first choice for a backpack style of tent, but if you're on a budget, it's absolutely going to work for you. The 3-person comes in, I think, just over 6 pounds, and the 2-person version, you're going to be sitting just over 5 pounds, about 5.5 pounds of a packed weight. When you're looking at Nemo's weight ratings, you have a minimum weight and a packed weight. The packed weight actually includes everything that it's shipped with, including the product cards and this and that. Obviously, that's not a lot of weight, but those things do add up. What we've got here, we've got nice heavy duty, a nylon material. It's going to be a ripstop nylon, so it's going to be really durable, last out in the field for quite a while. Some nice features on this, lots of ventilation coming in down here on the bottom side of the fly, and up here we've got these really large vents in here that are going to allow air to circulate through the top of the tent and helping reduce any condensation forming overnight. So on the 2 entrances, this is a 2-door tent. We have an entrance on the front and the back. Couple of, like we said in the preview, a couple of nice large vestibules in here. It's a one-way access zipper. And again, these are features that we're going to see to keep the costs low. On other tents, you'll see a 2-way zipper that you can run both ways. That just adds to the expense. And the idea with this tent was to keep things more affordable. So I think it's just under 10 square feet on each of the vestibules, so they're the same size. This is on the 3-person, but I do believe the 2-person tent has the same size vestibule as this guy. A couple different ways you can lay this guy out. You can roll these back, and there'll be a little adjustable sleeve in here, and that's just going to slip into that grommet there to open up the door here. So on nicer nights or during the daytime, if you got a beautiful day like today, you can open this vestibule right up and get some good airflow going through it. We're going to peel this right back so you can have a full look at what it looks like inside. So on the door, again, just a one-way zipper, mainly just to keep costs down. So it's super convenient, smooth operation on it. One big opening to make it really easy to get in inside out. These really high vertical sidewalls on here. Really nice feature, because this is like, when we talk about 3-person tents, this is legit a 3-person tent. Nice big footprint in here. So you're going to be able to get, 2 bodies in here really comfortably with extra gear, or 3 people. I mean, it will be a little bit more snug, but because of the high vertical walls in here, you can have 3 people in here sitting up. Nobody's going to be rubbing up against the sides and in any kind of uncomfortable position. Plus, you have the extra space on the vestibules for any extra gear, packs and stuff like that you want to be able to keep close at hand. So some features on the inside of the tent here, which I think are really neat and fairly standard on a lot of good quality tents. We've got a couple of pockets on the inside here to store phone or whatever, keep them up off the ground. A really neat little light pocket up in the top here that acts as a diffuser, so you can put your headlamp in there and you're going to get a nice soft glow instead of kind of that spotlight you're going to get with your headlamp if you just rig it up. Inside the tent, there's little button hooks on the corners, and what that's for is you can actually add what's called the paw print, which is a kind of a heavy-duty camping blanket designed with dogs in mind, so they're not kind of trashing the bottom of the tent here. Like most good quality tents, it's using a bathtub style floor, so we've got a lot of water protection. The footprint is actually included with this tent, which is some other extra value, which is really nice to have, because a lot of premium tents definitely don't come with that footprint included. So that'd be a purchase you'd have to make after. And this is all one nice clean package all set to go. So the other thing worth mentioning is these integrated pockets that you can use for storing stuff in. You can also just roll up your door, again, if we're not in Ontario in bug season, and just stuff them into those pockets right in there, and it's going to keep them up out of the way because this tent doesn't have a tie down to open up that door. But again, just creating easy access in here, keeping that door out of the way without getting hung up on it or anything like that. All right, so now we're going to peel back the fly. We'll have a look at the pull system on here, the screening, and just the overall livability of the tent. So the Aurora series features a lot of mesh, which is good and bad. You know, for a tent like this, I actually like to see that it's going to keep things fairly cool, well ventilated without creating a ton of condensation. The other neat thing too is if you've got, you know, a really clear night and no rain in the forecast and you want to sleep with the fly off, you can get a beautiful view of the stars and kind of, you know, be able to see everything that's going on. You can really see from this profile now with the fly off how vertical these sidewalls are on here, which is great, again, for just increased livability, being able to sit upright in multiple angles. You know, you could have probably 3 or 4 people in here sitting and still be relatively comfortable. This is using a 2-pole system. So this hub here makes this kind of one large pole that is fairly easy to set up once you kind of get the base in there. And then we have the cross ridge pole here to just flare out the sides there. The fly is going to connect onto those 2 spots there to pull out the fly and give yourself lots of space for ventilation between that fly and the upper part of the tent. Everything on here looks really good quality. I had a look at the fly. The seams are all taped on it. They look really well done. So the footprint that comes with this guy is actually really nice. We've got some reinforced corners here, double stitched on the ends here. And you'll even notice that on the tent body itself, the corner again, fully reinforced with a nice bar stitch in here, or bar tack, I guess it might be called, doubled up on both sides. Nice heavy duty pieces of aluminum in here to rig our poles into. Yeah, overall, really impressive on how they've got this built together. So a couple other neat things that are hard to spot with the fly on, but inside here, I'll come over to this side, we've got a couple of nice big interior mesh pockets. Again, you can just kind of throw things up there. And because it's all mesh, you know, you could maybe put some damp socks or something in there hopefully without stinking out the whole tent and help them dry. Also a couple of loops integrated up here again, so you can put a you know, small clothesline or something if you wanted to hang you know, your stinky socks up that way. So one thing worth mentioning with Nemo is they're a very sustainable company and really wanting to look after the environment. So they're really reducing the amount of harmful chemicals they've used, their carbon footprint, and you can see it in this tent. It's still really high quality, but it still meets all Canadian flame retardant protocols that we need to be able to use these tents in Canada. So the Aurora is available in 2 colors, the Nova Green, which we have here, and then also the Surge Blue. Both look really sharp. The Surge Blue really stands out. It's got that punch to it. The Nova Green, more that subtle look. It's obviously going to blend in a little bit more with the background. So you've got a couple of options available in both the 2P and the 3P. That was the Nemo Aurora series of tents. It's backed up by their full lifetime warranty. It's a great piece of kit at a really competitive price. If you want some more information, check it out online at frontenacoutfitters.com. And as always, thanks a lot for watching.